Yahushua, Yahushua, Bahashem, Khan Kadash, he says, the Barakah Yahweh, the Barakah Yahushua, the Barakah Yahweh, Barakah Yahushua, the Barakah Yahweh, Barakah Yahushua, Bahashem, Khan Kadash. And we give that honor to our apostle elders, which is apostle elders of the millstone, which feed us with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding through the spirit and power of Bahashem Yahushua. For the time of the end, 2022, which is the year of Bahashem Yahushua turning up. Man, lots of things going on, lots of beautiful things going on. I was going to try to do a morning motivation, but I had this lesson on my mind. Hey, Shalom, Yabashim, Shabbat, to those that are coming in the comment board. But the time we at now, big things are taking place. We're coming to a changing of the times, because just like a plant that grows, just like you see seeds that grow up, the plant of Israel has been germinating, all right? It's been watered. It's been put in good ground, which is the hopeful elect, those that are out here as trying to the best of their abilities, and we hope to be the elect. We pray that Yahweh Shah has mercy on us to put us in that position. But the time we at now, if you're paying attention, you can see that there's a changing of guards getting ready to happen. There's a changing of the pace is about to pick up, all right? And you have to move with it. That's why it says we follow the Lamb wherever he goes, because who's really shepherding this thing is Yahweh Shai in the spirit. That's why Yahweh Shai said, I should be with thee unto the ends of the earth. So Yahweh Shai is with us now. He's knee deep in the truth, but he's doing it in the spirit. He's on the spiritual end, which is the best part. That's why Yahweh Shai ain't coming down here in the flesh. He's helping us in the spirit. That's why he says I should send the comforter to you. Hey, shalom, shalom. So the comforter is being sent to us, and Yahweh Shah is helping us in the spirit world, all right? That's why the understanding is coming out. That's why the prophecy, because he says what? That the spirit of Yahweh Shah is the spirit of prophecy. So what spirit is out on the earth right now? Is Yahweh Shah's spirit. He's working with us by the prophecies coming to pass. And what did he tell Daniel? He said how he was working on the minds, he was working on the king's mind. So that's how the Lord works. He's working on the minds of these people, Putin, the Chinese president, Turkey, Russia, all these players that are included in Ezekiel the 38th chapter. So we're in the time of Yahweh Shah doing his work. And what's another part of that work is to bring us to the forefront. All right, the Lord has been keeping us in under his lapel, if you want to say that. Now it's coming to the time where he's bringing us out. That's why the public is aware of it. That's why you got artists that are talking about Israelites, because guess what? This thing was not glorious. This thing was looked down upon, man. I remember they used to make fun of us because we had dresses on. They said we have what did they say? Jake is wicked as hell, man. They said we were wearing curtains, man. We were wearing bed sheets. We were clowns, man. I remember that. The years that I first came in the truth, and people used to look at us crazy. They used to, our parents, our family members used to denounce us. Now, you got multi-billion-dollar, you got billionaire artists that are claiming to be us, claiming to be what they are Israelites. This is not I got it, you don't have it. If you're an Israelite and you come from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and you're through that line, you're an Israelite, man. I don't care how you look. As long as your spirit is Israel, man, look, you come looking like however you want, man. So let's jump into it. The title of this video is The House of David Shall Fight Goliath. All right. That's what's coming to, because who is Goliath? Goliath is, who's in the position of Goliath today? Is Esau. He's bigger than us. He's stronger than us. He has heavy weapons. All right. But the house of David is what the Lord is raising up now. So let's jump into it. I've set the tone enough. I'm going to try to let these precepts, I'm trying to tie everything in as best as I can through the spirit and power of Yahweh from the outside. I sort of set a guideline, and we'll see, how the spirit takes us. So let's start right in the first precept, because the house of David is what's being raised up now. All right, and I'll prove that, a lot of us, if you're in the know, you know that that's what the Lord is dealing with, is the tabernacle of David, because that's why Yahweh Shai was what? Of the line of David, okay? He fulfilled that promise of David's throne being established forever. This is the book of 1 Samuel 17 and verse 40. This is 1 Samuel 17 and verse 40. And it says, and he took his staff. Let's start at verse, oh man. Let's start at verse 37. And it says, and David said, moreover, the Lord that delivered me out of the paw of the lion and out of the paw of a bear, he will deliver me out of the hand of this Philistine. So the same thing that we have to recount. The Lord Yahweh has preserved men. That's why you see, if you read Hebrews, what men that have showed faith unto Yahweh and has not been delivered. Daniel was delivered out of the lion's den. All right? Men were saved in the time of war. David was actually called out of a battle. The Lord beamed David up and took him and put him in a different place so David wouldn't be killed, man. So when the Lord comes back to his people, he will give divine intervention. So that's what Esau has been preparing for. He's been preparing for divine intervention. And that's why he doesn't want to put us in the forefront unless he has to do it smart. He has to do it precise. Because if he misses, it's going to cause more problems than anything else. That's why a lot of me and brothers say Esau believes in your spiritual power more than you do. And I say that as straightforward as I can. You know, because if you've done enough research and you actually see the secret, the deep secret of Esau, and the thing came out with the black Jesus, the man by the name of Samuel Otoko. Okay, he was they call him the Avatar in Africa. That was the apostle brought that out about the black Jesus. But that has been something that's been, circulating, and he told him that there'd be more of him coming back. So these elites have always remembered that. They've always kept that in the back of their mind, that there's a coming of an army of supernatural men. We have to, because that's nothing but the scriptures. The scriptures tell us of Samson, of Elijah. These are real accounts. The disciples that were raising men from the dead, that was healing people. Imagine what the things Yahweh pushed the Roman centurions back. How did he push them back? He used the force, young Padawan. He used the force. So this is coming. This is a part of our heritage, Jake. The Lord is preparing us for power, because that's what Yahshua Allah means. The power. He is a prince of the power. We are a prince. We are a descendant of power. That's what our heritage is. The Lord took our power away. Don't get it misunderstood. You see our low estate and think that's what we are. No, that is not what we are. That's what we became. We became low level. We returned to low level to understand the tree of good and evil. We know what it is to not have the law. We know what it is to be wicked. We knew what it is to eat the low level that we are at. Our women are destroyed. Our children are ravished. Our men are broken. What else? The Lord can't do nothing else to us, man. We're in the worst case scenario. Jake don't even realize when you come in this truth, you have to understand something. You're a broken soul, man. If you don't acknowledge that and you come in this truth like you are right, you're beating yourself. I tell you that is from experience. You have to acknowledge how broken you are so the Lord can fix you. That's why it says you must become a new man. If you come in this truth with an old mentality and an old remnant, you got a little bit of remnant in your pocket, you're gonna destroy yourself even more. You're gonna fall out, man. You have to bring it all out to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You have to lay yourself bare, naked, and say, I'm broken, I'm hurt, I'm through, I need you. That's what we did, man. When I found this truth, I was yearning for something. I knew something was missing. Something in here was missing. I can't tell you what it is. But now I know, and I ain't turned back since, man. And brothers that are in this truth can say the same, man. And those that are coming in this truth, there was a call made to your spirit, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushua called out to our spirits. He didn't call out to our flesh. What did he say? The flesh is weak, but the spirit is willing, man. So the Lord made a call out when it says there was a cry made. That cry was crying to your spirit. That's why men come on and find this truth in the streets by way of what? Their spirit. The spirit brings them. Some people I've talked to on the street, they're like, man, I didn't even know why I was out here today. I wasn't even supposed to be up here, but something told me to come. I've had multiple people tell me that on the highways and the byways, man. They said, man, I passed y'all, and then something told me to come back, man. So the Lord is calling to our spirits, man, because he's the Father of spirits. So Yahweh Shem Yahushua is jogging your, that's why I said stir up your pure mind, though you once knew this. Hey, Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatah. That's the mentality you have to have in this. You have to come to Yahweh Shah as a broken soul because you are broken. That's the pride in you to think you're not. You coming dead out of the curses, which is destroying, yeah, destroying the mentality of our people, man. So now we come back to this truth. We understand that we are broken. We need help. Then Yahweh Shah is going to work on you. He's going to rebuild it. He's going to make you a bionic spirit, man. You know what bionic means? It means to make something better, stronger, faster. That's what it is. Don't think. That's why it says through the foolishness of preaching, man. When you take this L, you winning. We took an L for the world. Everybody called us crazy. Now everybody's saying that they want to be an Israelite. You see how the foolishness of the Most High is wiser than men? He said, go out there on the highways and the hedges and warn them from me. It went from the highways from a great man by the name of Abba Bivens, high priest Abba Bivens, man. He started that mustard seed, that small spirit of a man blew up to the whole world is encompassed by it, man. We got camps in Philippines, Africa, and down in Latin America, Germany, Belgium. All these things started from Abba Bivens, man. That's the fulfillment of the mustard seed, man. We're in the time of the Lord. This truth is bearing forth fruit. You are the fruit. Those that are coming in, that are listening on this comment board, if you hear less than 5 years, you less than 10 years, you less than 2 years, 3 years, you're the fruits that have been budding from the plant of by man we believe to be Elijah in the reincarnation, if you can accept it. All right. So let me keep reading. Now, hey, this is I hope this lesson really fires Jake up, because you have to understand, because David knew he had to go and fight. So us as a nation, know we have to. There is no ignoring this fight. It's destiny. This fight between the house of David and Goliath, which is these representation of Esau and his establishment that is going to come and attack us, man. I hate to say it, because you have to see it in the spirit. They're going to attack us. That's why they have guillotines. That's why they have concentration camps. Because guess what? You're not your mind is free, so you have to be put into bondage, man. That's why the only reason they let us live in these ghettos and work dead-end jobs is because your mind was locked up. Now the Lord has freed your mind. It's a problem, because you're not what is it called? You're not dancing to the tune of their music anymore. You're starting to eat better. You're starting to want a family. Women are starting to come back and realize they need a man, an Israelite man. You're gonna need a man. I'm not lying to you. That independent spirit, that was a demonic vibration that was put upon you, just like it was put upon us that we were not the Israelites, man. So they took away what it was to be a woman, just like they took away what it is to be a man. All right, and men are not soft, man. We're being hardened in these times. All right, and it says, this is 1 Samuel 17 and verse 30. Let's start at 36, and it says, thy servant slew both the lion and the bear, and this uncircumcised Philistine shall be as one of them, seeing he hath defied the armies of the living power. So Esau's not going to get away with what he's done. Esau has defied the Most High on every turn, man. You think he's gonna get away? He's splitting atoms. He's manipulating weather. He's GMOing fruits, vegetables, destroying parts of the earth. He's gone against the Most High, man. Esau's not gonna get away. We're gonna be used as a weapon against this man. The Lord is asking for the controversy. He's killed and raped us, man. Sold our children into slavery, man. They're not going to get away. That's what David is saying back then. That's what the house of David is saying now. Esau is not getting away, man. And we're not running. We're not running. We're standing here with the faith of Yahweh because that's all we need. I was watching a video with, I think it was T.I., and he said it. He was, he's a nigga in the world, but he said something that was ahead of his time, man, ahead of his spirit. He said that, say, guys, hey, Shalom, man. God say, what, we don't have an army. How are we going to do it? What do we need? We only need the Most High. It says, if the Most High be with you, who can be against you, man? Jake, understand what the Most High is. He is the power of the powers. There is none higher. Death cannot take you from the Lord, man. That's why death could not take Yahushua, man. The Lord said, nah, death. No, Yahushua, Yahushua pleased the Most High, man. He pleased his Father. And what did the Father do? He raised him from the dead. No hands needed. The Lord did it hands free. The Lord did it. He wirelessly healed him. The Lord did not need nothing to go and touch. He didn't need a hand to be laid on Yahushua. He didn't need somebody to go into the sepulcher on the low, go into a back hidden parkway and touch Yahushua's body. The Father said, I'm gonna do it myself. That's what the time we coming to, man. Just like Yahushua came and raised us up by himself. He raised up the nation of Israel without no help, man, by the way of Abba Bivens. That's all he needed. And the Spirit started working, man. And it says, thy servant slew both lion and the bear. And this uncircumcised Philistine shall be as one of them, seeing he has defied the armies of the living power. David said, moreover, the Lord that delivered me out of the paw of the lion and out of the paw of the bear, he will deliver me out of the hand of this Philistine. That's why we're saying in the time of help, we're going to praise for Yahweh Shai. He's going to help us, man. The Most High ain't a liar, Jake. You got to start believing this. Because guess what? The wicked is on its way. The flood waters are coming. The lion is roaming, seeing who he may devour, man. He's done let out weapon systems by the way of this Yabawaki, man. This Yabawaki, if you know what I'm talking about. That thing. That's a weapon system. So he's attacking, man. Esau's attacking. He has to do it strategically, though. Because guess what? He started knocking Jake off and Jake started not dying. That's a problem, man. That's a problem. And he thinks of that. He has contingency for that. That's what the faith you got to understand, that men will not taste death. Men will have power to call elements. We will be able to talk to animals, man. This is a great blessing that's coming. It's going to get real spiritual out here, man. And I'm just happy to be alive, man. To see this man taste what he's been giving out, man. But you got Negroes that are scared. What are you scared for, man? The Lord is on our side. The Lord is fighting with us. What else do you need? What else do we need, man? Everything that Esau has, the Lord gave it to him. He didn't get nothing without the Most High say so. So what do you think the Lord is going to give to us? He loves us, man. I want to express that to you, Jake, because I'm getting into myself, and I get mad at myself that I didn't see the level of love that the Lord has, but I had to grow to that. You have to grow in this truth. I grow to it now, and I see the magnificent love that Yahweh has prepared for us, man. Jake, it's going to be wonderful, man. That's all I can tell you, Jake. It's going to be something that we're going to wish we went through 4 more slaveries, man. And I say that as humbly as I can. I don't say it arrogantly. But the Lord has something prepared for us, man. And it says, let's go to verse, I'm going to get to the point, Salakia. And it says, and Saul armed David with his armor, and he put the helmet of brass upon his head, and the armor, and armed him with the coat of mail. That's like putting on other things, not going to, that's why Yahweh said what? This is our buckler. This is our shield. This is our armor. Put on the whole armor of the Most High. This is your shield, your breastplate. David did that physically, but that was a symbolic of the spiritual. David didn't put on those things. He put on the armor of Yahweh, which was faith. David went in faith, man. Okay? And it says, and David girded his sword upon his armor, and he stayed to go. For he had not proven it. What did it mean proven it? To try it out, to make sure that it's worthy. All right, the word there for prove in 39 is what? Tried to walk, tested. This truth is battle tested, man. This truth is battle tested. That's why we want a vocab has been enslaved. The consciousness community. The Baptist Church, the whole Catholic Church organizations, the Jesuits, all of that has came against this truth and is lost, man. This truth has taken no losses. That's why Yahweh Shai put the spirit on the apostles and elders to stand so stiffly for the words of Yahweh Shai. That's why if you read in 2nd Ezra, it says that what? They sit so stiffly for the name of Yahweh Shai, man. How you stand stuff? The Lord is a man of war. You don't think he wants you to try out his words? The Lord likes battle, man. The Lord likes fights. He invented fighting. He invented it. He invented war, man. He invented it. War, men didn't know what war was. The Lord did it because that's the spirit the Most High wants to come in at times, man. So he made this word a battle tested. It's went through the trenches. This truth has scars and bruises on it, but it's strong, man, like a man of war that has been coming in and out. They might go to war and they're gonna come back home. This truth is not taking no losses. And it says, and David girded his sword and upon his armor, and he had stayed to go, for he had not proven it, tested it. And David said unto Saul, I cannot go with these, for I have not proved them. And David put them off of him. So he put the off of that carnal, man. He put the supposed armor that it wasn't proven. Just like we took this. We came into this truth and we took this upon us. We wore this as our battle. We didn't get weapons. We didn't have to go get guns. That's like these guys on the highways with guns and weapons. That's going carnally, because guess what? The greatest weapon you have is this truth. Nothing can prosper against this, man. And it says, and he took his staff in his hand. What does it say? Thy staff, which is this truth. And chose him 5 smooth stones out of the brook, and put them in the shepherd's bag. Watch this. Which he had even a script. Even in a script. Where do we put? We put our bag. Look, you put your Bible in the bag, right? You put your Bible, you put your script. So he said it happened to, why did it mention it? He could have said he just put the stones in the bag. But it says that the stones with the scripts, right? And it says, the bag he had even in a script, because David wrote Psalms. And don't we have the book of Psalms in here? We have David's Psalms in the Bible. The same Psalms that he could have had in that bag, we have today in these scriptures, man. Salakia, my back. So Psalm, because we know David wrote songs. David was a songster. He was lyrical with his writing. So David was writing Psalms, which became books in the scriptures. He put the stones in the bag. I'm just extrapolating. It doesn't say that those were, but he said scripts. So David wrote songs. He sang to Saul to get the spirits off of him. David was prophesying through his music. And those psalms became books in the psalms. So David took it, said, why did it mention that? That's why I read it and I was like, oh, snap. You know? So this is the spirit of what the scriptures have been given to the house of David. Let me get that real quick. I don't want to talk too much. Let me get that. You know, these lessons are to, we come into the time of battle, man. So it's been on my spirit these past few months to try to get Jake, myself, man. We always got to get ourselves first and foremost. You got to talk to yourself. You got to take out of your eye before you get to others, man. But you got to prepare yourself, Jake, because it's coming. Because we're men of war age. If we were in the ancient world, we would have to serve in the army, man. You would have to go out there and fight for your nation, man. You had to be about that life, man. All right, this is the book of Amos 9 and verse 11. And it says, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen. So the tabernacle of David is being risen up. The tabernacle, the house, okay? The house of David is being rose up, and the house of David wasn't just a direct bloodline. The house of David had different tribes that came with David, even the tribe of Benjamin. And the tribe of Benjamin was known to be ambidextrous. That you could use both their left and their right hands, man. All right? Even that was Saul's tribe. So even some of Saul's tribes went with the tribe of David, man. And it says, and in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen and close up the breaches thereof. And I will raise up his ruins I will build it as in the days of old. So this is that reincarnated house of David coming back in the flesh. So did we come in the spirit of David? And what did David do? He stood up against the Philistines, just like you see men standing up against the status quo you see today. That's why Jeremiah 28 says the prophets that have been before me of old prophesied both against many kingdoms. So we're prophesying against the kingdom. Just like David, we were at war with the Philistines. The Philistines was a warring nation against us. Just like Esau's a warring nation. If you read the book of Psalms, you see that these nations are confederate against us, man. And they haven't stopped. So what's coming to the time now? It's coming to the time where heads are going to meet, man. Esau wants his new world order, man. And you're in the way. Jake, you're in the way, man. You're now officially in the way of this new world order, man. So he's gonna make some chaos come, and he's gonna get down to being his nasty self. Nasty E is coming back, man. That ancient hatred, Esau busting babies. They threw our children on against the stones, man. They took our babies and they bust their head against the stones, man. You know the pain you'll feel to watch your child get they busted against the stone, man. And you got Jakes to want to play, man. You got to understand, there's a lot. It's bigger than you, Jake. It's bigger than our ego. It's bigger than your pride, man. That's why this truth needs no pride, man. This truth is at the time of you are a prey to a vicious nation that does not like you, don't want you to live. If they could, they would destroy your whole nation, man. That's why they so mad that Jake want to claim their rightful birthright. They want to make it an adjective. Oh, you guys are crazy. And what else are we then? What else are we? You're slaves? That's what we're slaves that do marvelous things that you can't dream of doing. That don't add up, man. We don't have a servitude vibration on us, man. And it says, they that possess the remnant of Edom, David is going against Edom. They that possess the remnant of Edom and all the heathens which are by my name, saith the Lord, that doeth this. Behold, the days cometh, saith the Lord, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper. How are we going to overtake the reaper if we don't have power? Esau has missiles. He has positioning missiles that will come right to your front door, man. He will guide a missile right to your front door, man. And say a damn pipe exploded. This is the man we dealing with. He has space-based weapons, man. That's why it says his nest in the Apostle Elder Gabar went into that, man. He said that the what's it called? He laid his nest in the stars in the book of Obadiah. The word nest goes to a weapon. All right. They have weapons in space, man. Lasers, all types of things, man. That's why they're not worried about you. They're not worried about you Israelites because you have no logistics. And look up what logistics is in army. Logistics is the capabilities you have to perform in war. Esau has watched you. They know you don't have the guns. They know you don't have to arm the bullets. We're not prepping, man. I don't like guns. I don't like it. It's not something I like. I don't like guns, man. You know what I'm saying? Even when I was in the world, when a gun would come around, I wasn't too comfortable, man. It wasn't something that was in my spirit. But I know now, why now, because that's not our blessing, man. Let's go here. This is the book of Acts. And I'm going to jump on the comment board in 1 second. If y'all brothers post some precepts, I'll be jumping on there in one moment. I just want to set the tone with this. So if y'all brothers got the precepts to go along with the class, definitely post them. This is the book of Acts 15 and verse 16. This is Acts 15 and verse 16. And it says, and after will I return and build again the tabernacle of David, which is fallen down, and I will build it again as the ruins thereof, and I will set it up. So we're being set up in the spirit. And this is a rulership. This is a kingly. That's why when it comes to the time we living in, you got to have a kingly mentality. When it says 7 women shall take hold of one man, you a king, man. You have to have a kingly mentality because you just don't have you ain't going to have, oh yeah, I got a whole bunch of I got a stable now. No, you're going to have to tend for them. You're going to have to feed them. You have to clothe, make sure that they're safe, man. Just like a lion. A lion has a pride for a reason. I think it's called a pride, man. You have to keep your pride safe, man. You have to tend to them. You have to watch to them, because guess what? If you lose that lion is going to kill your. He's going to kill your seed off, man. You know, so that's the mentality. I'm not saying that's what's happening, but we're going to have a different change of minds, man. The Lord is changing our minds, our lives, our hearts. We're not thinking the same. That's why this truth, it says the truth shall set you free. We're becoming men again. We're becoming kings again. That's what we're becoming. The Lord is transforming us, just like a butterfly that transforms into a caterpillar that transforms into a butterfly, man. That's by the way of the Lord that ordains that. So we're being transformed out of our cocoon state, which is slavery and the curses, and being put into a new state, which is going to be powers, man. All right. And it says, let's jump right now. Let's jump to Zechariah. Let's jump to Zechariah real quick. This is the book of Zechariah 12 and verse 18. This is Zechariah 12 and verse 18. And Jake, you can't be doing these things to be entertained, man. You gotta be proactive in this truth. That's the one thing that you gotta be proactive. It's not about watching videos and looking the part, man. You know, we have to be proactive in this thing, man, because we're coming to the time where we're gonna need a lot, man. All right. Got it. This is the book of Zechariah 12 and verse 8. And it says, in that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem. And he that is feeble among them, what is feeble? Weak. He that is not as strong. That's what feeble means. And it says, he that is feeble among them at that day, the days that are coming, shall be as David. David was mighty. He said he killed what? Saul is thousands, David is 10,000. He said a bow of steel is broken in my hand. It's bent in my hand. He said I jumped over a wall, man. David was endowed with power. David was a man after the Most High's own heart. The same thing with the house of David. The house of David is a house after the Most High's own heart. That's the elect. The Lord loves the elect. The Lord loves all Israel at the end through the elect. Just like the Lord loved Israel through his sacrifice of his son, which he set that up. So this was all of Yahweh's plan, man. That's why it says the Most High runs everything. And it says, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David. In the house, in the house of David shall be as the Most High, as a power. We're going to be endowed, baby. It's coming to a point where the Lord is comparing us unto a power of God. And the Most High said he created man to be an image of his own immortality. So that's what the Lord is not, he wants us to be. That's what our height is, man. The Most High is going to bring us up. We'll never be equal with the Most High, but he's going to bring us up to a level where we're going to be his sons and his daughters. You know, but his sons, he's dealing with the sons, the men, because the men is what established the nation. So that's what the Lord is bringing. That's our end, man. That's a heavy blessing, man. You can't win that. You can't earn that. You can work the rest of your eternity and never reach the level of a God, man. The Lord, that's a gift. He has gifted us to be gods, man, and to be called his sons. That's what we're preparing for. That's why we had to go through slavery. He that is much given, much is required. For us to be gods, we had to go through slavery. We had to taste the bondage, the fire of why we went through it, man. The Most High wasn't unrighteous. He didn't want to see us go through what we had to go through, but for us to be at the end, he had to take us. He had to refine us as a nation. He had to put us to the top, to the torch, man. Call law. Let's keep reading. And it says, and in that day, it says, in that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as the Most High, as the angel of the Lord before them. And it shall come to pass, and it says one angel shall destroy the earth. And it says, and it shall come to pass in that day, I will seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem. And how is everybody going to make it? How is everybody going to make it? I'm going to read it again. And then it shall come to pass in that day that I will seek to destroy, not hug, not bring in, not indoctrinate, not engraft. He said, seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem. Every one of them. We can close the book when it comes to these nations coming in. No, the Lord's going to come and touch you, man. You touched us, you touched the apple of his eye, man. Imagine that Esau was just sitting there, just touching. I can't touch my apple on my eye. Nonetheless, a stranger with dirty hands. The Lord has allowed Esau to just touch, because the Most High was a power of his word, man. That's what he compares it to. So imagine Esau has been touching the apple of the Lord's eye over and over and over again, man. You'd be pissed off. If somebody touch your eye one time, you're infuriated. Over and over again, you're beyond mad, man. The Lord's waiting. That's why he's speeding up the time, so we can get to this man. He's mad, man. The Lord, he says he's going to cry like a travailing woman. Yahweh is upset. It's only been 2 days since they put him on the cross. He ain't forgot nothing. All that pain is still fresh. It's like it just happened, man. It says, and I will pour upon the house of David and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem the spirit of grace. That's what we're witnessing now. We're witnessing the pouring of grace, man. We're witnessing that. That's why the world is, he has to set the stage for us, man. The Most High is bringing us up to the stage and said, look, here's my sons now. And here's my sons. So when the power comes down, they can know why we're getting power, because now the world knows that we are God's chosen people. Now the world don't have to wonder why we got power. Oh, maybe it was a solar flare and it was the lining of Venus and, they ate the right vegetables. No, you're going to be like, those are God's people. They doing what gods do. They doing what the people in the Bible was doing. They healing people. They walking on water. They flying. They're calling fire down. These are look, I pray Baba Kashar, let me see it, man. Because that's going to put establishment of what the Lord is. He's a power, man. And he gives power. And it's time for us to receive it. And it says, and I will pour upon the house of David and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem the spirit of grace and supplication. And they shall look unto me whom they have pierced, and they shall mourn for him as one, it says, as one mourneth for his only son. That's why, man, we feel bad, man. When you understand this truth, you don't have time for pride, man, because you knew you fucked up. We all fucked up. Every one of us on this thing, we messed up. None of us are exempt. Our righteousness is as filthy rags, man. Dirty, dirty rags. You're dirty. you're a dirty rag, you, man. But the Lord is going to clean you up. I don't break down without building up. Hey, I'm a dirty rag too, man. The Lord cleaned me up, man. I was trying to be a rapper in the world, man. I was trying to be some trap rap. No, I wasn't trying to be trap. I wasn't a trap rapper. I wasn't that damn wicked. I was wicked, but they wasn't that damn wicked. Well, wicked is wicked, man. But the Lord cleaned me up, man. That's why I owe everything to Yahweh outside, man. That's why if you're in this truth, you owe everything to the Lord. You need to praise Yahweh outside. He gave you the opportunity, man. And you love your neighbor, man. You love this truth, and you love what you have. If you are a pinky in this truth, you be the best pinky you can be. If you're a nail, you be the best. And if you're a piece of hair flowing in the body of the Lord, you better flow like you better move like you never moved before. You better get your hair on, not the drug. You better get your hair moving, man. Every one of us, if you're a piece of beard in this truth, man, you better be that. All of us play an important role in this body, man, whatever piece we play, And it says, And they shall mourn for him as one that mourneth for his only son, and shall be in bitterness for him as one that is bitterness for his firstborn. So the time we at now, that Yahweh Shema Shai is getting ready to give due desserts, man. And then we're gonna go to the kingdom of heaven. And after the Lord destroys this place and puts the fire on the earth, it's gonna be beautiful again. The Lord's duel. This fire is gonna bring the earth right back to the Garden of Eden. It's gonna go full circle. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon 5 and verse 17. And it reads, this is Wisdom of Solomon 5 and verse 17. And it says, I'll start at verse 16. It says, therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom. This is what you're getting ready to receive, Jake. A glory, not a regular kingdom, not an okay kingdom, not a mediocre kingdom. You're getting ready to receive a glorious kingdom. That means it's going to be, I can't describe it, I'm a man. It says, therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom, a beautiful crown from that Lord's hand. For with his right hand shall he cover them, and with his arm shall he protect them, which is Yahweh Shai. That's the right hand of the Heavenly Father. It says, he, who, the Most High, listen to this part, he shall take to him his jealousy for complete armor. Didn't I just read about David putting on that armor? He put on that armor and he threw it off. He said, what? He shall take to him his jealousy for a complete armor, and make the creature his weapon for the revenge of his enemies. He shall put on righteousness as a breastplate, and true judgment instead of a helmet. He shall take holiness for an invisible shield. His severe wrath shall he sharpen for a sword. This is what we're going to take. The Lord is going to make us a weapon. He's going to make us a suit of armor. He's going to make us a shield, man, a defense. You have any understood? We're going to be the armor of the Lord. The Lord is going to make weapons out of us, man. The Lord is the smith. He said he maketh the smith that blow up the coals in the fire. The Most High is the ultimate. He is going to make us spiritually bionic, man. Jake, I feel it, man. I pray for the elect, man. I pray for those that have power, because guess what? They're meant to have power, and they're going to do what the Lord's will is, man. And they're gonna put a monkey wrench in Esau's clockwork, man. He's gonna knock his yoke loose, man. Oh man. It says, and he shall take holiness for an invisible shield. His severe wrath shall he sharpen for a sword, and the world shall fight with him against the unwise. The world of what? Israel. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. It says, then shall the right-aimed thunderbolts go abroad, and from the clouds and from the well-drawn bow shall they fly to the mark. And that's the missile. So after we get done ravishing Esau's kingdom by way of spiritual power, the Lord's going to put a cherry on top of that. That's that missile. That's the missile. The missile. I see one dude, he was a YouTube guy. He said the missile. That's what's coming, is the missiles, man. You know? I got a couple more precepts, and then I'm going to jump right on the comment board, and then we're going to close on out. I was just going to see how this goes. You know, Jay got to go get on the cotton bush, man. You know, Jay got to go pick his bushels for the day. Hey, but at least I was on Esau's ass this morning. That motivates me through my day. This is Isaiah 54 and verse 17, man. And I hope y'all are edified, man. Baba Kashar. You know, I hope every lesson that is edifying, and it boosts up your spirit and it gives you some fortitude, man. You know, gird yourself up, man. Man, trust in the Lord. Khan. And this is the book of Isaiah 54 and verse 17. And it says, no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper. And it says, in every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment, thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord. So this is our inheritance to whoop ass, man. We're natural born man. The Lord created us to be just like a lion, man. That's what we are in the world of men. We're lions. Lions don't fuck around, man. If you catch a lion in the woods, it will kill you. I'm not being for real. If you go to the wrong part of the world and you catch a hungry lion, you're as good as dead because he don't respect you. That's what the same because he feels that even amongst other lions, even amongst other cats like tigers and leopards and all that, the lion still holds dominance, and it's not the biggest of the cats. Tigers are bigger than lions, but the lion will still debo a tiger because what? That's the spirit that's in it, man. We have the spirit of a kingly nation. We're not meant to be under these nations. We're not meant to be servants. You're not meant to be a servant, Jake. That's why Jake will act the way he does. He'll put $1 million on his neck. He won't even have a damn house yet, but he'll have $1 million necklace on because that's your royalty that's in you. We ain't supposed to care. We're gonna live in decadence, man. If you want a damn house made out of lapis lazuli, you go do that. And you can do that, and the Lord's going to be with it, because look at Solomon's house. Solomon took how many years to build his house? Glorious, man. The Most High didn't say, Solomon, stop, la'ah, no more. No, go, keep building. What did the Lord tell David about women? He said if it wasn't enough, he would have added. The Most High said, David, you could ask me. I would have added unto you if it wasn't enough. And David had hundreds of women, man. The Lord didn't say, David, la'ah, no more. No, the Most High, man, we're going to have everything. You understand that? We're going to go to playing in the creation. It says the meek shall inherit the earth. We're going to go play in this earth, man. I want to go and see every drop of this planet earth that is our inheritance. I'm going to go sleep in different parts of islands and play with monkeys and elephants. I'm going to have fun, man. I don't know about you, Jake. I don't know what you're going to do. I'm going to go have fun. I'm going to go have fun and spend my days in the glory of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, man. If I make it, Lord willing, this life or the next. All right, and let me read this. And it says, in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord. So we don't have to worry. It's not us. The Lord is doing this. The Lord is saying that this is my people, and I want the world to know that I love them, and nothing else is going to be able to stop when nothing is going to be able to take us out, man. No missile, no laser beams, no guillotine. That's why, guess what? What if the guillotines, they got to chop your head off and your head just pop back on your body, man? You just come right back to life, man. Guess what? That's going to be a bad day. Whoever on that guillotine is not going to be good, man. This is Isaiah 3 and verse 10. And it says, say ye to the righteous that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doing. Woe to the wicked, and it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hand shall be given him. As for my people, the children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err. But the main point is 11. Woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hand shall be given him. So the trap is set. The trap is set. And I had, a symbolic thing happen, and I'll bring it out. And not too much go into details, but I've seen a serpent in a trap, man. I was, in my day, and I got done with a very beautiful trip, and the Lord let me see a serpent caught in a trap. And I didn't see snakes like that. I live in a country, I live in a country town or country state, and it was a serpent caught in a trap, man. And I talked to a few brothers, and we started looking into it, and that was heavy, man. That's a sign that the serpent is going to be caught in a trap, man. And you are the trap, Jake. You're the cheese in the trap. The Lord has put you as bait. But you're not bait. You're the weapon, man. We're weapon systems. Right? We are, man. We're weapon systems. The Lord said he's going to take the creature for his weapon. The Esau don't know where the Lord is going to pop up with those weapons. So he's looking around. He's nervous. He's scared, man. But I'm going to leave it there. Hold on. Let me jump on it and get something out of it, man, and hold on to it. We're almost there.